All right, Caleb. Would you rather speak only in poetry or be labeled a war god and give the worst advice?
Okay, so speaking in poetry, first of all, reminds me of how. Okay, so I was playing Borderlands 3 earlier today.
Okay.
You know who's in Borderlands 3?
Yeah.
Zero. Zero only speaks in limericks. And it's kind of badass sometimes. Sometimes it's not.
Yeah.
But for the most part, it's kind of cool. But here's the thing. I'm nowhere near as badass as Zero. Because Zero's like, ninja, doesn't speak often kind of thing. So I feel like I would have to speak often. So would you rather speak all the time in limericks and poems, which are just, sorry for anyone that likes poems, but they're dog shit, right?
Yeah, I agree.
Poems are just boring, or just give bad advice.
Yeah.
Dude, I would just give bad advice. I tell people like, hey,
And more?
yeah. I'd be like, hey, dude, don't come to me. Like, I'll tell you what to do. It's not going to be good, but I'll tell you what to do.
Man, that's so hard to choose because I hate poetry. I think I'd have to go with give the worst advice too.
Yeah, dude, if you weren't married already, you would never get anyone.
That's true.
Never.
Or you'd get them all because
No, you
you'd be
would
one
not.
smooth talker.
No, you would not. Who likes... Maybe poems were cool in, like, the 1300s or whatever, but not anymore.
Okay, true. All right, would you rather almost kill yourself by several different attempts to gain all the wisdom in the world, or just have all the wisdom in the world but no one will ever believe you?
Oh, dude. Honestly, the second one. I don't care if anyone believes me. I'll just use that shit for myself.
Okay, but in the first one, you're not gonna die.
Yeah.
It just attempts.
But it would hurt.
It would hurt a lot.
Yeah.
But you
exactly.
won't have to suffer for eternity.
What do you mean, suffer for eternity?
Well, I feel like no one ever believing anything you say is your suffering.
Okay, yeah, but look at it this way. Fuck them. Who cares what they say?
You know?
There's nothing that says you have to, try and help people out. So I just would.
I mean, it's true, but I honestly think I'm going for the first one.
I'm being selfish today. Screw them. I don't care. Okay, yeah, I'm not gonna be like, okay, yeah, you do the first one and like you lose a fucking limb or something, from all whatever, however that would happen. You're probably not gonna come out completely sane anymore after several. You park your car in the garage and then you try the carbon monoxide poison. And you become, half of yourself because you literally lose half your brain cells.
Okay, yeah.
So.
But you get all the wisdom in the world.
Who cares? You'd still probably be like super weird talking,
You might be weird, but
You might lose like,
I'm kind of weird now.
kinda. But no, I definitely think the second one is a better option. Just because you don't get hurt, and who cares if everyone believes you or not?
Yeah, I'm going for the first one.
Or are you gonna be in like the war council on like at the fucking Pentagon? Be like,
You know how much money you can make off of being the wisest person in the world?
dog, I would just buy lottery tickets.
Okay, but no one believe you if you win.
Oh, that's not true.
You turn it in, they're still going to be like, well...
That's not true. You didn't put it like they never believe you on anything. I
I'm
kind
going
of assumed
with
it was
anything.
okay.
I'm not talking about like that guy from Greek mythology. You know who I'm talking about. It's in Percy Jackson books.
Yeah,
Yeah, I'm not talking like they don't believe you on wisdom
I thought.
related things.
See, I thought it was just wisdom related.
No.
Like everyone would be like, don't ask Caleb for advice because he gives like the worst advice.
No, I'm talking they don't believe anything you say.
Oh, then yeah, that'd be terrible. That'd suck. I didn't know it was for everything. If it's for everything, you just have to go the first one. Otherwise, your life is gonna
Not
be terrible.
necessarily, because like you said, you could you could be selfish, live alone, just fucking know everything yourself.
Yeah, but how are you gonna, like you said, let's think about it money aspect.
Anonymous tips.
Anonymous tips, they wouldn't believe you though. It doesn't matter if they know
Yeah,
it's you.
yeah, it's true. It's true.
It kind of think of it as like almost like a curse. Like no matter who you are or what you say, even if it's anonymous, they're gonna hear that and be like, the curse is gonna take effect or whatever, and they're gonna be like, I don't really believe this one.
Okay, that's true.
The only way
we can keep it to
just wisdom related
things.
Because then the
stuff
second
like
one,
that.
yeah, because in the second one,
I'm still going first one.
that's okay. I would choose the second one. I just don't want to go through the pain.
All right, last. Would you rather give your child to Odin or Zeus?
Um. Oh, can I hear what you think first?
I I really don't know. It's that hard of a choice for me. I don't know.
Does Odin like sacrifice kids at all?
I wouldn't say they sacrifice kids. I feel like Odin is very harsh, and to give you a little bit behind Odin, the reason why I asked would you rather only speak in poetry or label the war god and give the worst advice is because Odin is both of those.
Mm.
So, would you want a dad like that or a dad like Zeus? Sorry, that's not my question. Would you rather give your child to a guy like that or Zeus?
Zeus would probably just throw my kid into like the fire and flames and be like, "All right, like you go to war now," and he'd be there like, "I'm 6 years old." And you're like, no,
I mean, I guess, but think about Hercules was his favorite fucking kid, and he treated him like a fucking god from the beginning.
but Hercules was a demigod.
True.
Oh, we're schmucks. We're
True.
losers. We're average. I'm barely average.
Okay, I, for the sake of what I know of Odin and what I know of Zeus, probably Odin because I feel like Freya would take care of me better than
Mm-hmm.
Hera would.
I thought about purchasing the God of War just because it's on sale right now for like $40. And I do remember watching like a playthrough so long ago when that game came out that she cared a lot for her son. Even though her son was a total douchebag.
Piece of shit.
Yeah. She still wanted to protect him.
Yeah. So I think I'd have to go Odin, and that's for the fact of thinking of Odin's wife Freya and Zeus's wife.
Hera. Can I choose like Dionysus? Give it to
No,
him.
I feel like he'd be a shitty fucking dad.
Oh, dude. Maybe when he's young, but then he gets bigger and then he can like run alcohol and stuff, and suddenly he's the most important dude in the world to him.
Okay, that's true, I guess. All right, so I'm AJ,
I'm Caleb.
and this is Mythologicast.
This is another in-person episode.
Yeah, so today is Odin. He's gonna be giving what he is in mythology, some history, and I have a story at the end.
Okay.
So, man, that was a short would you rather.
Do you want to try and come up with another one?
We can.
All right.
Alright, we're back from a short pause. We decided to come up with one more would you rather, because that was pretty short. So, take it away, Caleb.
Okay, so what Norse mythological pet would you rather have? Fenrir, the wolf that like kicks off Ragnarok, right? Doesn't he do something to kick off Ragnarok?
He doesn't really kick it off, but he
Does he eat the world?
he
or
plays it.
something?
Yeah, I think he's the one that eats the world. He plays a very, very big part in it. He kills Odin,
Yeah. Or the world serpent.
and he kills Thor.
Yes. Both. First of all, I don't know how big Fenrir is, but I know the world serpent, at least from the God of War game, is legitimately massive.
Yeah, it's fucking huge. Fenrir is absolutely fucking massive too, though.
Oh,
he's not nowhere near the size of the world serpent.
So imagine like a dire wolf or like a timber wolf, so like an already
Bigger.
big wolf, and then times it by like 6.
Probably.
Yeah.
I know from I guess drawings in Norse mythology that I've seen online, Fenrir is Tyr. I've seen pictures of drawings of Tyr putting his hand inside of Fenrir's mouth,
Yeah.
which that's a whole background story we'll get into another time. And his mouth is probably the size of Tyr.
Okay. So we're gonna assume the head is like the size of like at least a 6-foot human.
Easily.
Yeah, and wolves, think about it as like a dog. A dog is like I don't know, take their head and then put it behind their body. You can fit like 5 or 6 heads usually on like some dogs.
Yeah, on
So-
large breed dogs. So yeah.
So let's kind of transfer that to a wolf and say that if you could fit 5 of Fenrir's heads, and his head is 6 foot long, then Fenrir himself is at least 30 feet long.
And then imagine the height.
I would say probably around 20, because dogs
Yeah.
aren't as tall as they are long,
Right.
but they're darn close usually. So I would cut off a third and say he's at least 20, probably 25 feet tall.
Okay. I'm cool with that. Now, man, this is fucking hard.
Right? Now, let me throw a curveball.
Okay.
Odin's ravens.
Add in another one. Odin's
Yeah.
ravens.
They're just ravens,
They're not just ravens.
but you can do a lot with them.
Yeah. Yeah, I'll be talking about them today too.
Okay, cool.
A little bit.
Because I know that he can like
shit.
see out of them and stuff, and
Well, he doesn't see out of them. I'll go ahead and give it a little bit now. He sends them out to gather knowledge, and they come back and whisper it to him.
oh, okay.
So,
So like little humans and birds.
yeah, they gossip to him.
Oh, okay. That'd be cool on its own. It
It
depends
would
on
be
how
really cool.
it depends on how normal you want to be.
Fuck, dude, this is hard. Do I
It's a
want
good
a
one.
serpent that wraps around the fucking world?
Now think about it. Utility wise, what could you get that to do?
Anything.
But not a lot at the same time
No, okay, yeah, I guess,
because
but
he's so big.
he's also a snake. You know how they can bend and...
Yeah, but it's like, you know, if I remember right, his head is big enough you can fit like 100 of you inside. You know.
Oh, easily.
Yeah, he's massive.
Yeah.
You know, you could ride Fenrir to the grocery store.
True, true.
You can't do that with the world serpent because
Yeah.
he would crush it. So
Do you think the world serpent knows where every part of his body's at?
probably
Ooh, he could do a lot.
he could do a lot, dude. You could
Piss
be like
people off.
you could be literally the leader of the world
Yeah.
because you could be like, oh, okay, Canada, you don't want to recognize me as the supreme leader. Say
Goodbye.
goodbye. Yeah, and then just like a tail.
Yeah.
Immediately, Canada's wiped off the map.
And in terms of if you want to be rich, honestly, I believe the Ravens
Oh yeah,
would
all of
Try
that
off.
knowledge. Dude, I would just send it to like politicians' houses and then like have them watch like what stock trades they're making.
Oh yeah, easily.
Yeah.
Oh man, there's so much each of them could do. And Fenrir would just be a badass, a
Yeah.
damn good guard dog. You can take him places and probably get money for people to just see him.
Yeah. Plus he's probably as strong as the world serpent.
I don't know. We need to look that up sometime.
See who's
You
stronger?
gonna look it up now?
Sure. You might pause it.
Okay, we just looked it up. It seems like they are on level with each other strength wise, but a lot of people are saying that Fenrir might have the edge.
Yeah, it wasn't
So-
super explained why.
Yeah. We're just gonna say that their strength is extremely comparable.
Yeah. So then at that point, let's look at size.
Yeah.
Because here's the thing.
If
I
you're
would-
trying to be world leader, then you're gonna have the edge with the world serpent easily.
Oh yeah, because you could literally wipe countries off the map.
Yeah. Now, if you're just, you could take Fenrir to war. Let's say, I mean, do they have the same capabilities as like?
I wouldn't say
God.
same destructive capabilities. I don't see Fenrir literally destroying mountains with like physical force,
Yeah.
but I guarantee you Fenrir could like rip a tank in half.
That's what I'm saying. Like, but would he get hurt from bullets and
Probably
shit?
not. Probably
Okay,
not.
that's what I was wondering. So you could literally take him to war to stop wars.
Yeah. So it's like, do you want to be a peacekeeper or a dictator?
Yeah.
Because I was going to say, if I could have a normal sized wolf with the strength of Fenrir, I would take that any day.
In today's world, I think I'm going Raven. The Ravens.
Yeah. Because it just kind of depends. I don't know how strong they are, if they have any combat capabilities
I don't
at
think
all.
they really do, but if you consider them Ravens, they can still catch prey and
Yeah.
fight things off.
Let's say that they're like stronger than your average raven,
Yeah.
and probably won't die to like normal guns.
Okay, yeah.
So they're super useful.
Either way, I'm still going Ravens.
Yeah, because think about it. In this world, money is power.
Yeah.
And you can make a lot of money off.
Oh, so much money.
Yeah. So
You could send them anywhere you want and
Yeah.
just have them leak information.
yeah. Get the lottery numbers.
Oh, yeah. Oh, okay. So, yeah, I'm going Raven. Caleb, you're going Raven?
Yeah, probably. Wow. But if it wasn't for the Ravens, I'd probably go Fenrir.
I would go Fenrir just because I don't want the World Serpent size to deal with.
Yeah, because it's cool. It is. But everyone would be scared of you.
Oh, terrified.
Yeah. Which might be cool on its own, because like if you're like, hey, I have a giant snake that could literally kill the world, and people will laugh at you, and then you're like, I don't like Iraq, and then it's gone. And then they're like, oh, maybe he's right. And then suddenly people are like, okay, well, what do you want? And I'm like, well, I'll keep the world alive if you give me a lot of money and don't impede me ever. But then also, that's the thing, you're not able to be protected by the World Serpent as well as you would be Fenrir, because he can't be near you all the time, right? Because you can
like Fenrir can't be near you all the time, or World Serpent?
No, the World Serpent can't.
Okay.
Because like, you know, how are you going to communicate with him if you're not at his head? But if he kept moving through the world, he'd probably be like destroying things.
He's big enough, he'd just build a house on him.
Probably. And be like, okay, well, let's get a construction team to make like a $30 million mansion.
Yeah.
Right above the eyebrow.
Yeah.
And then, yeah. So probably Fenrir.
There is pluses. Like, you literally could probably live on his head.
Yeah.
On the World Serpent's head. And be with him at all times. Be like, hey, what part of your body is touching this country? And be like, oh, well, it's like just around my abdomen.
Or like, just squeeze.
Like, okay, crush it.
Yeah. Be like, I just got an email from the Chinese government. They want to give me $70 billion to take out Sweden.
Okay, so, yeah. If it wasn't for the Ravens, I'm going Fenrir.
Same. Yeah. But by the way, we could do this again with different, because there's like a whole lot of different really strong animals in Norse mythology.
Oh, yeah. I'm pretty sure the werewolves are in Norse mythology. If I'm not wrong, it could be 100% wrong.
Also, Zeus has like an 8-legged horse.
Odin.
Something like Odin, yeah, sorry.
Yeah.
Odin has like an 8-legged horse that's supposed to be really cool.
Yeah, that story's funny.
So,
I'll be telling it today.
Oh, okay. So yeah, there's a whole bunch of different animals we could do this. So what we need to do is we should do this again until we like get through all the animals, kind of like a bracket. Let's make a bracket.
Who would we rather have? The bracket we're gonna have to put like the 4 best completely separate, and they don't touch till the end, or what we think is the best, and then we do research, and then it might change.
Yeah,
but I guess we'll just throw it into a random bracket generator or something.
Yeah, put like 16 names in the bracket.
Yeah. Okay. All right. Yeah, we're back. Oh yeah, that extended our time like another 10 minutes. Good. Okay, so I'll just get started with our episode. Odin, or he was also called in Old English and Old Saxon. I don't know how it's actually pronounced, but I'm just going to go with how it's written so you guys can hear the difference. Woden, and Wotan.
Woden, Wotan.
Yeah, some weird shit like that. Anyway, these names can be translated as Master of Ecstasy.
That don't sound right.
No. Odin is apparently one of the most complex characters in Norse mythology and perhaps in all of world literature. From the earliest times, Odin was a war god, and he appeared in heroic literature as the protector of heroes. Like we mentioned in the last story, fallen heroes or warriors joined him in his palace Valhalla. Odin was the great magician among the gods and was associated with runes and was the god of poets and the dead.
Okay, so is this story going to make Odin look cool? Because we know he's not.
It's going to kind of show both sides, I guess.
Okay. So at least at first, he was loved by the people because he was, like, protected.
Honestly,
warriors.
I'm not sure if he was really loved or feared.
Okay.
if that makes sense. Um. Anyway, Odin only spoke in poems, like I mentioned earlier,
This shit's so gay.
and the ability to compose poetry is a gift he grants at his pleasure. He stole the meat of poetry. From what the site said, primeval source of the ability to speak and write beautifully and persuasively from the giants.
I wouldn't expect the giants to be the ones to have the beautiful way of speaking.
I can see it. I mean, I feel like the giants had a lot of shit, and Odin just hated them for it.
You know, actually, because that does make sense, because I feel like the giants kind of off doing their own thing, just enjoying themselves, their lives. And
Yeah.
then Odin was like, you have shit, and I don't like that.
Pretty much. Ever since, he has dispensed it to certain gods, humans, and other beings whom he deems worthy of it. And being associated with the dead, Odin ruled over Valhalla, so that's where most of the association comes from. But he is also a master of necromancy.
Really?
Yes, he can raise the dead.
Odin can do a lot of shit.
Yeah, he's kind of. I mean, I guess that's why they call him the All Father.
Yeah, he's kind of OP.
So he's the ruler of the Aesir, and yet he often ventures far from Asgard on long, solitary wanderings throughout the cosmos on purely self-interested quests. Before I start that, I'm honestly just gonna plug that fucking podcast again.
Yeah.
He has a lot of stories after Ragnarok, even where Odin would just walk around dressed as an old fucking wise person.
Oh, I remember you telling me this.
Yeah, and would literally just be like, "Oh, hey, you should do this."
Mm-hmm.
Give them good advice.
Do people believe it?
Yeah, so that not believing part was just for the sake of the would you rather.
Mm-hmm.
But I think I'll explain it later. I'm pretty sure I wrote it down. But he was labeled as a war god as well.
Mm-hmm.
But he was kind of bad at it and gave pretty bad advice.
So he's not tactical mastermind.
Right, but his wisdom when he'd go out and randomly and go give advice was like you really wanted to listen to it. But a lot of people were like, "Aren't you Odin?" He'd be like, "Nah, look over there." They'd look over there and he'd be gone.
Like, I've never even heard of that guy before.
Yeah, pretty much.
Sounds like a douchebag.
All right, so he relentlessly seeks and gives out wisdom, but he has little regard for communal values such as justice, fairness, or respect for law and convention. He's the divine patron of rulers and also outlaws. He's worshipped by those in search of honor and nobility, but yet he's often cursed for being a fickle trickster.
So it sounds like he's got everything under his belt.
Pretty much.
He's OP.
He's the All-Father.
Dang. Odin versus Zeus, who wins?
Well, I want to say Odin, but I really think it's Zeus.
Yeah. We won't get into it. That'll be the next one.
Yeah, probably. The wolves Gary and Freki, and the ravens Hugin and Munin, which are those ravens' names, meaning thought and memory, were dedicated to him. Hugin and Munin fly around the world and report back what they see. He also had a magical horse named Sleipnir, which had 8 legs,
There it is.
teeth inscribed with runes, and the ability to gallop through the air and over the sea. He was very tall, looked like an old man with a flowing beard, and he had only one eye. The other guy he gave in exchange for wisdom. He was usually depicted wearing a cloak and a wide-brimmed hat and carrying a spear named Gungnir, also referred to as the Spear of Heaven.
So, I would really like it if you could delve a little bit into runes.
Oh, I definitely will after this episode.
Good. I want to know a little bit more about the runes and what they could do.
Yeah, I'm going to go ahead and make a note on that.
Because then we could do like a would you rather of, would you rather have the ability to use runes or be a demigod?
Yeah.
So
That'd be cool.
Something like that.
Alright, so... Oh, and like I've said in the past, Odin will die at Ragnarok, and he'll be crushed to death by the wolf Fenrir.
My boy.
And what's funny is, I'm pretty sure from what I've seen, I don't know if it... Or fuck. Now I don't remember. I wish I wrote it down. I don't know if he was crushed to death, like, in his fangs,
Or literally stepped on.
or stepped on him. I want to say we stepped on him. I could be wrong.
Either way, he dies.
Well, I don't really know that yet because from the other podcast I listened to,
He doesn't really die.
he faked his death.
Which is, it's weird. I'm sure I've asked about it before, but Odin fated to die in Ragnarok. Doesn't actually die. How'd that happen?
I have no idea, but I'm sure we're gonna figure out eventually.
Mm-hmm.
Shit, where was it? Oh, I mean, honestly, I can believe him. Believe it that he faked his death because he always wanted to go out and do those quests on his own and do his own fucking thing. So he probably seen it as an out. And who knows? Maybe he wrote the shit about Ragnarok saying who's fated to die, and he wrote it in there that he was fated to die.
Yeah, but then he put in asterisk, and at the very bottom in fine print wrote asterisk, and then Odin does not really die.
Probably, I could see it.
You should actually do some research on the Marvel Odin. The Marvel Odin is supposed to be really, really strong.
Oh yeah, but to be honest, I don't really give a fuck about Marvel.
Really?
Really?
Because I know we talk about them a lot.
I mean, I've seen all the movies that are out right now, except for like maybe one.
Oh, I'm not talking about the movie version. I'm talking about the comic version. Because in the movie version, he's like a little bitch. But in the comic version, he's supposed to be like one of the strongest beings ever.
Damn. I don't know. Maybe I'll look into it a little bit, but honestly, I don't care that much about Marvel.
I think in the Marvel version, Odin's like 400 million years old or something like that.
God damn.
I'm gonna look it up while you keep talking.
Alright, I'm gonna go and move on from that then. Odin self-sacrificed for wisdom. That's what I labeled this paragraph. So one day, Odin looked out across the whole world and decided he wanted to know everything and gain wisdom and knowledge of things hidden from him. He sacrificed his eye in Mimir's well, and he threw himself on his spear, Gungnir, in a kind of symbolic ritual suicide. He then hanged himself in Yggdrasil for 9 days and 9 nights in order to gain knowledge of other worlds and to be able to understand the runes.
Did he by his feet or his neck?
It says hanged,
So
like from his neck.
okay, so he gave up his eye and then stabbed himself.
Fell on his spear, not just stabbed himself. He fell on his spear.
On it, and then decided that wasn't enough. I need to hang myself.
So he went to Yggdrasil and hanged himself.
Okay.
Yeah. So, fuck. Oh, here it is. So, yeah. He was hanged for 9 days and 9 nights in order to gain knowledge of other worlds and to be able to understand the runes. During his sacrificial actions, he saw visions and received secret wisdom. The magical knowledge he gained made him able to cure the sick, calm storms, turn weapons against his attackers, make women fall in love, and render dangerous troll women harmless. Often with just a look. Odin was also a shapeshifter. He could fall into an ecstatic trance and send out his soul, allowing him to adopt the form of another person or animal. While his body lay in a trance, he could travel as a bird or a four-legged animal, a fish, or even a snake. Odin is often portrayed as a charming man who enjoys drinking mead and wine. So he can fucking do everything. Anything and everything.
Yeah, it kind of sounds like whoever wrote the Norse mythology was like, let's make the One Punch Man of this area. It's almost unfair.
Speaking of that, One Punch Man is not the strongest in anime.
Who is?
I'm pretty sure Goku's Ultra Instinct form beats him out.
How?
Is one.
Because One Punch Man is made to literally be, like, no matter what, the strongest.
So, I don't know the site, but I do follow, like, probably about 5 big creators on TikTok that talk about anime all the fucking time. And one talks about ranking. And he hates talking about it, But there are things that the creators of these anime or mangas or anything like that that say what their power level is. And that could be like universal shit like that, like crazy fucking strong.
I think I know what creator you're talking about.
He's bald.
Oh.
I'm talking about a bald guy.
Oh no, I've never seen his face, but I watched this guy on TikTok that does like ranking stuff, and he talks about like he ranked like Cthulhu and even that kind of stuff. It's actually really dope.
I haven't seen it might be the same guy. I don't have a fucking clue, but I have not seen this guy talk about anything other than anime.
No, this guy does like mythology. He ranked like Kratos and that kind of stuff.
But I know like. That time I got reincarnated as a slime.
Yeah.
My favorite fucking anime.
I know.
That slime from the last episode was... Oh, fuck. I think it was some type of universal...
Power scale level?
Yeah, power scale level.
Yeah.
I don't know if it was last episode or at the end of the manga. I have not read the manga because I just want to watch that show.
Yeah.
Because, man, it's so fucking good. Anyway... he was super fucking high up there in power scale, and there were only like 2 or 3 above him.
Really?
Yeah, and I know for a fact that Saitama was nowhere near that level.
Really? I almost find that hard to believe because I'm one of the I'm not as in depth in like anime.
Yeah.
But I know the whole thing about One Punch Man is he's a character to end every other character.
Yeah.
Because his anime is making fun of other animes.
Yeah.
That's the whole thing. So it's kind of a cop-out because personally, I don't think I'll ever believe you because in my head, I think of One Punch Man as a cheat. I mean,
I think it is too.
Yeah, because I'll never take it seriously because I'm always going to be that person that like he'll just hit him once. Like even if it takes multiple punches, which is against his whole thing, he'll still do it because he's always going to be stronger than the enemy he's facing. But he'll never use that strength at first. You know what I mean? He'll
That's
always
like
get
every anime. They never use their strength first.
Yeah, because I think it's literally just he's a cheat thing.
Which I get what you're saying because there have been discussions about it.
Oh yeah, which I think it's even like at this point, stop talking about him.
I mean, the reason why I don't believe it is because apparently the creator of One Punch Man has released what his power scale would be. So that's why I don't think he's actually One Punch Man.
I wonder what he said his power scale is.
I don't know. We'll have to figure it out sometime, but we'll get back to the episode. Oh, yeah, we're going to go ahead and take a history dive now.
Okay.
So, as I mentioned earlier, he was called several names. Those names come from Germanic mythology, which is apparently like the same thing as Norse mythology, with a few taken away and a few added.
So, it's like Roman and Greek.
Kind of.
Okay.
Kind of like that. And, also, the modern English weekday name Wednesday translates its origins to the Day of Woden, one of Odin's names. Many scholars think that his elevated position at the top of the godly hierarchy may be a later addition. Odin's role of All Father, or Father of all gods, is more of a literacy theme from later sources, seemingly influenced by Christian names for God than actual reflection of his status in Viking Age societies. So, like his name, or he... So really didn't get the All Father till Christians came in, and then I guess Norse people were like, "Oh yeah, so he's our All Father."
He's like, "Yo," they're like, "Yo, that kind of sounds dope."
Yeah,
this guy, that's him.
So, Skaldic poetry, or meaning pretty much Viking Age pre-Christian poetry. For instance, names Balder, Thor, and Vali as Odin's sons were later on, the 13th century Icelandic author Snorri has also adds Heimdallr Tyr and Bragi, Vidar, and Hod. I think we agreed on Hod, right?
Yeah.
To the list. Incidentally, despite him being married to Frigg, aka Freya, which I'm going to go ahead and get on that right now. Holy shit. Frigg and Freya are the same person, but apparently they're completely different personalities.
Oh. Yeah. I think I've actually heard about that.
It's fucking nuts because
Yeah.
I don't remember which is which right now, but I want to say Freya is like the housewife personality,
Yeah.
and Frigg is the other.
Isn't she like a war fucking
Yeah,
kill everyone?
I think so.
Yeah.
It's so fucking weird. Anyway, so yeah,
Bitches.
despite him being married to Frigg, a lot of these sons are from different mothers, and Odin appears in many stories as a womanizer, even boasting about his affairs.
Damn, him and Zeus would get along.
Yeah. Oh yeah, so now I'm going to go ahead and jump into the story of how Odin got his eight-legged horse Sleipnir.
So this is the story portion.
Yeah,
History lesson over, boys.
right. It's pretty short because most of the history was about the Valhalla shit we talked when the
Yeah.
Valkyries.
Mhm.
So, yeah, I chose the story because I think it's fucking funny. And I'm not going to lie, almost all of this is copy and pasted.
Okay.
Because...
Cite your sources.
Oh yeah, I will.
Don't get copywritten.
Alright, the site we used is Asgard.scot. Kind of weird, but it was the first one I found.
Was that a picture of Odin on the horse?
Yeah, it was. 1, 2, 3,
4. Because then
Oh,
there's four there.
right there. And then 1, 2, 3.
So it's
4.
not eight-legged like you think.
Weird.
Imagine if you had 4 arms, but
Your arms split out at your elbow.
yeah, so you had 2 arms at the end of your elbow. That's what his horse looks like.
Fucking weird. So anyway. Sorry, I gotta find it. Okay, in the early days of Valhalla, a craftsman came to visit. He offered to create a citadel and around Asgard, which could keep out the giants who may attack from any direction. The man claimed he could complete the fortification of Asgard in 3 seasons, and for payment demanded that the goddess Freya be his bride, and that he receive the sun and the moon also. The gods, however, thought his choice of payment was steep and negotiated that he would be paid in full if he completed the wall in just 1 season, and that he receives no help from any man. The man accepted this with the condition that his stallion, Svaldafari, could help. The gods were unsure, but Loki convinced them that even with the help of his horse, the man would not be able to uphold his end of the bargain, so Freya and the sun and the moon were not at risk at all. And so the man set out to work on the first day of winter, yet it was his huge stallion that did all the work, effortlessly hauling huge boulders. The progress of the citadel progressed swiftly, and it was so tall and strong that no enemy would be able to take Asgard. 3 days before the winter was over, the gods sat down for council and discussed how they could avoid giving the man payment. While discussing this, the gods began to question who had agreed to the man's terms in the first place. The consensus was that Loki was to blame. The evil Loki was demanded to obstruct the craftsmen from completing the task, completing the last part of the citadel so that they would not need to pay him. Loki would face violence and death if not, so he swore an oath that he would stop the man and his horse from completing the citadel. While the man was working that evening, a mare appeared from a nearby forest and neighed towards the stallion. The mare was in heat, and the stallion broke away from his work and ran away into the woods, following the other horse.
Is that Loki? I heard Loki got fucked by a horse once.
The man was not happy that a stallion had got away. He became enraged when Svaldafari ran with the mare all night and the next day, and he could not finish the citadel in time. The gods, noticing the man's wrath, realized that he was in fact a giant, and they had been well and truly duped. They called for Thor to kill the giant. Thor swung Mjolnir into the giant's head. The heavy blow killed him instantly, the force sending his body flying to Niflheim and cast tiny pieces of his skull across the 9 realms.
Wait. So the craftsman was a giant.
Right.
And it took them 29 days to figure that out.
The whole winter.
Yeah.
So not 29 days.
Yes, seasons, not months.
Yeah.
So, let's say it's 3 months.
Probably.
So it took them 89 days to figure that out.
Yeah.
And but why were they being duped? He was building the wall, and they're like, yo, this shit's dope.
A giant was building the wall to keep giants out.
Yeah.
you know he had to have snuck some shit in there so giants could get through it easy.
You would think so, but
That's what I would think.
it doesn't say anything about that, did it?
Not necessarily, but
Maybe that dude just really wanted some Norse.
maybe.
You know,
I mean, they all did. All the giants wanted to be with
That's
fucking
true.
Freya.
that's true.
Anyway, it then became clear that it was Loki who had stopped the completion of the citadel. He had disguised himself as the mayor to which Svadilfari left the giant to be with, and he had become pregnant with the stallion's foal.
You got fucked by a horse.
Loki later gave birth to a gray, eight-legged horse he called Sleipnir. It was the best horse among the gods and men, so Loki gifted him to Odin.
Gross.
So that's also where our Would You Rather came in. The who would you rather give your child to? Loki gave his child to Odin.
Gross.
Yeah.
Gross.
But
At least it was in horse form. Do you think he was a male horse? Oh, it says it was in heat. Oh, gosh.
Loki was a female horse. He turned into a female horse.
That's gross.
Because a stallion is a male horse.
Yeah, but that's gross. That's icky. I don't like Loki anymore. That's just a little. That's a little too much, man.
I mean, if you think about it, there's two ways that could have went.
Mm-hmm.
Loki deliberately had that horse fuck him, or
Yeah.
he got raped.
Yeah. I'd rather be violently killed.
But anyway,
Option three.
that's Odin's story today.
Okay. Well, you want to know a little bit about Marvel comic Odin?
Yeah, let's do it.
So, Odin is one of the most powerful gods. And he's called the Sky Father. He had a battle with someone named Seth. And it was so powerful that it shattered galaxies and ignited stars.
Damn.
It tore the fabric of the multiverse and put in danger untold galaxies. So, Marvel has the multiverse, so there's like a billion different galaxies or whatever. And it said that his fight was so strong that it literally, basically destroyed galaxies. It said it caused a massive shockwave that rippled across all planes of reality. And apparently during this time, Odin was weakened. So he wasn't at full power.
Jesus fuck.
Yeah. It says that he was able to nullify the fires of creation. Which I don't know too much about that, but if I remember, that's a big thing. Because that the fires of creation is like basically just pure power and magic. Like, can't be controlled, I think. Said that he saved the multiverse from burning down from the fires of creation. So he saved everything.
Damn.
Yeah. Okay, let's see here. He created Odin's sword, which is a sword that would rend infinity when unsheathed. And only he could control it. And it's forged to end all things. That's what it looked like.
Jesus fuck.
Yeah. He's used it to cut the world tree in half.
Why the fuck did he do that?
I don't know. He's a dick in this verse, I guess.
Okay.
Let's see. Odin's power is enough to level a world and overthrow a universe. He can cause planets to crumble and galaxies to fall. Let's see. He also beat Galactus. Just straight up knocked him out with one punch.
Holy shit, because isn't Galactus like one of the strongest in
Yeah.
Marvel
Yeah.
verse? Jeez.
So apparently he's big. He's a big boy. And he's really, really fucking strong.
Well, I'd say they're a bit different.
Oh yeah. But in this one, so the reason they're different is because in the Marvel Cinematic Universe, so the movies, he's given up the Odin Force. And he says himself he's not the god he used to be. So in the comic version, he still has the Odin Force, which I guess allows him to do everything in.
So pretty much for the sake of the movies.
Yeah, they de-leveled him so much.
Gotcha.
Look, here's a picture of Odin about to fucking crush Thor.
Jeez.
Yeah.
Okay, well, you got anything else on this one, Caleb?
Nah, just stay tuned for the next one.
Hell yeah. Um, yeah, check out our link tree. It'll be in the footnotes or description of the episode. It'll have everywhere our podcast is posted on. It has our social media. Follow our Twitter. Join the Facebook group. Post weekly on the Facebook group. Join our Discord. Check that out. If you want to get a hold of us, join our Discord again or email us. It's just mythologicast@gmail.com. I think that's it.
Think that's it?
Yeah, a little bit shorter episode this time, but we also don't have a lot of time. We had to kind of push through this one. But yeah, we'll catch you guys next time.
See you then.